What's good, y'all? It's your boy BioSpider 3.0, keeping the action going with the SooSooToys Hurricane Shinobi, aka Red Ninja Storm Power Ranger. Alright, man, so here we are, the last of the 5 Red Rangers that SooSooToys has released, and your boy is like a little bit sad, because this is the last SooSooToys figure that we'll be talking about for a little while. At least as far as Power Rangers go. So, it's a little bittersweet getting to this guy, but, I had to save the best for last because, this is my favorite of the 5 that were released. Ninja Storm, definitely, probably, my top season out of the 5 that we've got so far. And yeah, man, I absolutely love the design of the Ninja Storm suits. As a kid, I remember wanting to be like Shane so much, man. I thought Shane was fly, man. I thought bro was like, just a cool dude, and like his suit was cool, his fighting style, I loved everything about it. I think also like the Hawk, powers spoke to me, like, power of air, and how he could do like the cool, ninja run, the little air like walk thing. I just started watching Hurricane this week, so I'm liking it, man. I'm enjoying it so far, and obviously, definitely a very different take from the American Power Rangers, but Hurricane is looking to be very promising. I just got to an episode where the Go Riders showed up. That's the Thunder Rangers, so I was really waiting on that. I was just super excited, waiting for them to show up because those are obviously 2 of my favorite Ranger designs of all time. And I need SooSooToys to make the Thunder Rangers next, like ASAP, man. I need those Thunder Rangers so much. I mean, in 6 scale, those guys are going to go absolutely crazy. So I'm super hyped to see SooSooToys, get their take on the Thunder Rangers. I really need the whole Ninja Storm team, man. So, but those 2 are like top of my list. Like blue and yellow, we can get those like whenever. I'm not really tripping on it, but the Thunder Rangers, I need like ASAP, man, because I love those guys so much. I love the designs, I love their weapons, and I need to see them in 6 scale form. But yeah, today we got our boy Shane, Red Ranger. So you can see I got him in a quick little ninja pose here. Just got the, little ninja 2 fingers up, and he's holding one of his little ninja stars, little shuriken things that they use. They use that in the Sentai a lot more, just so you know. So let's go ahead and get him in a nice neutral pose. We'll put him on the rotating display stand, see him do a little 360, and so you guys can get a full look at him. And then we'll take him off, take a look at the accessories in greater detail, and then we'll look at play and display, articulation, and we'll take one last up close look at him before we get into the final size comparisons of these guys. And like I said, man, I'm a little bit sad about it because I'm like, so many dope Power Rangers that we've been getting from SooSoo, and it's, this is the last one that I get to review for a little while. So, but worry not, because SooSoo is going to be putting out more Rangers. Before you know it, we've already got that Wild Force pre-order that went up, so the entire Wild Force team is already up for pre-order. And I will be making a video of that on the channel so that people are aware, like yourself, all right? So that you guys can hopefully get your pre-orders in, because you already know me and Metro already got ours in. We're getting all these Rangers, so yeah, that's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes. You gotta get them. Because these guys, once they sell out, it is pretty difficult to get these on the aftermarket. If they're even there, and a lot of them aren't even there. Like, Dino Thunder White and Black, those are like literally nowhere to be found on the internet these days. So it's like, if you miss out on some of them, you might miss out forever. So get your pre-orders in, people. But with all that being said, let's put our boy Shane up here on the rotating display stand. We'll back it up a little bit. Let's get him in a nice normal up and down standing pose here. Okay, nothing crazy. And let me back it up a little bit more. I didn't mean to hit the button right there, but yeah, there you go. We got him rotating. So there is our boy Shane. I forget what his name is in the Sentai, but I was gonna call him his Sentai name as well, but I forgot it already. But yeah, if you're a Sentai fan and you know the name of the Red Ranger, then Yeah, there's your boy right there, and he looks absolutely fantastic, man. I mean, all around, super super dope. You can see I got the ninja swords sheathed into his back already. That does it. He doesn't come out of the box like that, you know. All the weapons are always like separate from the ranger, and you have to put them on yourself. But you know, just for like his normal ranger look, you know, being morphed up, this is what he looks like. So I figured I'd put the sword in his back, and yeah, man. I mean, he just looks dope front to back. Absolutely love his aesthetic. And the red on the suit, obviously very nice, very shiny, just like all the reds that we've been looking at. But yeah, it looks great, man. He looks so accurate, and I absolutely love his overall aesthetic. So get him coming around one more time here, one more full turn, and then we'll take a look at the accessories. All right, so let's go ahead and stop him here. All right, that one was almost dead center, so that's nice. Let's put this out the way, and we'll put Shane to the side here for just a second. All right, and let's get into them accessories. So first up, we have, of course, the stand that I don't particularly care about, but I have to show you guys because this is a review. So we have our acrylic display stand, which is clear, right? Air quotes clear, because it does seem to have like a bit of that film thing going on again. It's not like the most see-through thing ever, but and you can definitely see like a lot of scratches and whatnot in it. So I don't know. It seems like these kind of vary. I feel like with these 5 releases, the stands have kind of varied as far as like how nice they look. Some of them have been like really clear and like, you know, see-through, and had, like, you know, not really damaged at all or anything. They all come in like a plastic wrapping, which I took off already, but some of them definitely appear more scratched up than others. And then yeah, it's just like they just don't look quite as nice as the other ones. But yeah, you do get your acrylic display base, and of course the little pole, the crotch grabber pole thing that you can figure out a way to install into it. I mean, it kind of fits on its own already, at least on this one. I feel like if I wiggle it in there, it kind of does stay like that. So you can see that I kind of got it to go like into that little hole, that concave shape, but it's not very stable right now. So it's not going to really like hold any weight. If I was to like try to put him on there, it would just fall over. So yeah, you might have to Dremel out that hole, make it bigger, or I don't know, super glue this to the base. But yeah, you do have that option. So you got your base there and your stand. And as far as like real accessories, we'll start with the hands. So first up, of course, you got your standard relax hands, which are right here. And these look really nice. All right, nice red paint for the kind of trapezoid shaped like little piece on top of the glove there. Obviously white paint for the glove itself, which looks really good. Nice line work in there. And yeah, nice sculpt overall for the fingers. You got some wrinkling going on in the gloves. And again, you got that kind of like band-aid shape, or like, yeah, that's like near the palm, which seems to be like a common thing on all these Ranger gloves. So that's pretty cool. Nice little detail there. So you got 2 relaxed hands. You got 2 trigger finger hands. All right, for him to hold his hawk blaster or dry gun, right? And yeah, again, very, very nice sculpt. So you got a nice trigger finger. And I was able to put the hawk blaster in his hand last night, get him holding it. And yeah, his index finger does curl around the trigger pretty nicely, while the other 3 down here hold the, you know, the base of the gun pretty nice, the handle. And, you know, the thumb curls around, so that looks pretty good. So he's got 2 of those trigger finger hands right there. And he has 2 splayed out hands. Now these are pretty cool because these are kind of like unique to Ninja Storm. Actually, I would say even more to the Sentai Hurricaneer. They kind of like do this thing when they morph. I won't spoil it for you guys, but they do this like certain like little head movement thing when they morph, and they say like a certain phrase. And yeah, they kind of like do have their hands splayed out and like do this kind of thing, this gesture with this hand. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so That looks pretty good. You got your 2 splayed out hands there. Again, very nice paint work overall. This could even be like a high 5 hand or something, so that's pretty cool. You got 2 of those. And of course you got your 2 ninja style pose hands, right? The little ninjutsu type hands with the 2 fingers. Looks very, very cool. And yeah, these are definitely gonna be specific to like Ninja Storm or like you know, Hurricaneer. But yeah, very, very, you should be able to get some cool ninja poses out of these hands, so that's really cool. So like when he's doing things like his air assault, ninja air assault, or what did he call it in the Sentai? I forgot what he calls that move in the Sentai, but yeah, when he's doing like the air run thing, yeah, he usually will do this first to kind of like simulate it, so that's pretty cool. And you have your 2 fist hands. So you got your 2 closed fists right here. And again, very, very nice sculpt on these. Fully clenched fist. Got your red paint for that top part on the glove. And yeah, this looks really, really good overall. Very nice sculpt. Alright, so yeah, you got some wrinkling in there, so that looks good. I feel like, did I skip any hands? Hold up. So you got the trigger finger hands. Oh, okay, yeah, I almost skipped. It's because I got some of them on, or I got one of them already on him, but here is the gripping hand. He also does come with 2 gripping hands. One of them is already on him. And as you saw, one of the ninja style 2-finger pose hands is already on him as well. So, but yeah, he does also have his just regular gripping hands. Like this one would be good for holding the sword. His ninja sword or Hayate Maru. Alright, but yeah, very, very cool. So you got your normal gripping hands there to, yeah, so it looks good. And yeah, that should be all the hands. And then you do get 3 of these ninja stars or like shuriken things. I'm not sure the exact name for these in the Sentai, but I think they're like shurikens or something, but I'll just call them ninja stars to be safe. But yeah, you do get 3 of these very nicely painted and, you know, kind of sharp. Not sharp enough to poke you really, but, you know, they definitely have like a sharp sculpt. So you got 3 of these that he can hold and kind of throw, right? Or at least, you know, make it look like he's throwing these. And I would suggest maybe using like either the trigger finger hands or the gripping hands for these. As far as like him holding them, because they are like pretty thin and the other hands aren't going to really like grasp these very well. So yeah, I would definitely say use one of those 2 hands to, you know, have him pose with these. But yeah, you get 3 of those. Very nice paintwork with the red and silver on there. Very, very nicely done. That silver on the outside, you know, highlights the red pretty nicely. So you got 3 of those. And you have, of course, his sword. I'll take that out his back right now, out the sheath. It does fit in there pretty nicely as well. But yeah, you have his ninja sword or a Hayate Maru. And it is very, very nicely detailed. All right, so you got some really nice gold here in the middle of the sword. And then for the main blade itself, you got some very nice metallic silver paint. And it is like hollow in the middle there, so that's not like painted or anything. That's an actual space in between like the 2 sides of the sword, which is so accurate, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, you got some gold going down the base. And then it's nice that they got the detail of this kind of like symbol in here on the screen. And you can see you got that kind of like a very similar shape to the ninja star is in the middle there on the screen. Some nice red paint in there. I'm not sure if they mispaint or if that's supposed to be like that kind of like gold color is supposed to be surrounding it. I kind of feel like they might have just mispaint though, but either way, overall it does look really good. And you got this gold triangle underneath that, and then all the silver buttons. So yeah, very, very cool. And then you got some more gold down here, and those kind of black lines breaking up the gold in the middle there. Kind of looks like a vent. But yeah, the red for the base of the sword, very, very nice. And it's done in like a matte finish for the red, like a flat red. And then you have the kind of shiny or metallic gold and silver for the sword itself. So yeah, looks really, really good. So there's your ninja sword, right? Hayate Maru. Very, very nice. And like I said, it does fit into his sheath on his back very, very nicely, like perfect fit pretty much. And of course you have his signature weapon, the Hawk Blaster or dry gun. So here is his Hawk Blaster. All right, unique to him. So this is his weapon to make the what is it? The Storm Striker, or the in the Sentai it's the Triple Gadget. But yeah, very, very nice paintwork on this as well. They chose to do a matte finish for the red, like for the gun, like for like, you know, the hawk part, and I feel like they probably should have done it in like kind of like a glossy finish, because in the show I'm pretty sure like this thing is like kind of shiny, like it has like almost the same like, you know, glossy look as his suit. So kind of interesting choice that they chose to do this in like a matte red. But I mean, the paintwork itself is very nice. It still looks really, really good. Got some nice green for like the eye of the hawk there. Got the silver for this front part, you know, where it shoots. A little bit of red in there. And even like this little gold line work in the middle, kind of breaking up that black part. That looks pretty good. Some silver. Got some nice gold for the fan. This is that fan that I was mentioning. That is like, what is it? The Turbo Red Ranger sword kind of reminded me of the Turbo Lightning sword, because it does have like a very similar shape. But yeah, that's what I was mentioning in his review. It reminds me of this. So you got that gold fan in there for the gun. Some nice kind of gold metallic paint in the back there. And then these two little lines and silverish lines. And you got your nice hawk symbol at the bottom there. And yeah, this one just like, it looks kind of funny to me. I don't know if it's because it's in a dark red and it's matte. I think that's what's kind of like throwing me off. I think if it was in a glossier red or like a glossier finish, it wouldn't look quite as odd. But the sculpt is still very nice. You can see they got some pretty good details. You know, they got the hawk symbol in there, mostly pretty clean. There's a little bit of fuzziness here and there, but that white paint does look really nice against the red. You got some red in there for the trigger. So yeah, they pretty much nailed it with the details. Ooh, dropped it, slipped. But you got some gold going down here. And yeah, there's a little look at the bottom. So yeah, they pretty much nailed like all the details, and the paintwork is very, very nice. And he is able to hold it pretty well. So there is the Hawk Blaster or dry gun, whichever you prefer. And let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as his accessories go. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at him. And then we'll do, should we do articulation first and then take a closer look at him? Yeah, I think let's do that, because I want to take some time to admire this suit in particular. So we'll do plain display first, and then we'll take a close-up look at him and his details, because he has a very beautiful suit. And I want you guys to be able to enjoy the details on it. So let's go ahead and get articulation out the way. All right, so starting with the head articulation, as we always do. His head is able to look up this far, which again is very, very nice. So you can crank his head up quite far and the neck moves with it. Allows for some pretty nice range looking up. And same thing looking down. He can just about tuck his helmet into his chest. So that's really nice. Really got that bird neck going on. Got some pigeon action. Can like really bob his head down. And you can turn his head side to side, of course, just like all the other Rangers, as well as a full 360. Very, very nice. You got a little scope for the Adam's apple where it would be. And then you can, of course, do a little bit of leaning side to side. The neck on this particular one, I don't know, it feels a little bit more floppy to me compared to the others. And I was scared a little bit last night while I was posing him. I thought maybe I had like kind of broken or like loosened up the neck. But I think it's okay. It still seems to be like intact and everything. Like I don't think it's broken at all. It's just, I don't know, I feel like this one was a little bit more floppy than the other ones. But, you know, he's still able to do all the stuff, so that's good. But yeah, so you got some really nice range there for the head. For the arms, you can raise them up out to the side about yay high. All right, so a little better than a 90 degrees for each side, so you can kind of get like a Y pose going there if you really push it. Just slightly better than 90, so that's cool. Coming back down to the sides here, we do have some, you know, kind of like butterfly joints for lateral movement, forward and back, so you get a little bit of range forward and back for the shoulder. And you can swing the arm forward and up about that high, I would say, which is really, really good. Seems to go even a little bit higher than Dino Thunder, so that's cool. Very, very nice going forward. And then as far as backwards, you might have to move his sword a little bit out the way, but you can swing the arm back about that far. All right, so really, really good. If you really push it, you can get it just almost perfectly straight, almost perfectly up and down. So yeah, you get a lot of range going forward and back, so that's great. And you get, of course, your bicep swivel under this, so you're able to swivel the arm in and out like that. Got some turning in there in the bicep, that looks great. And you got your double jointed elbows, which allow for some really, really great crunching, really great bending of the arm, which is really good. Obviously the elbow might look a little funky in certain poses, but it's going to get him some exceptional range, so that's good. Coming back down here, and for the hands, of course, they're on that kind of like small ball joint or peg, so they do allow some rotation, full 360 rotation, and then they can move up and down like so, ever so slightly, as well as in and out ever so slightly. All right, so in and out away from the body. And for the torso, crunch forward about, ooh, this one feels like it's fighting me. Feels like a little bit tougher than all the other ones I've done. But yeah, you can crunch forward about that much, which isn't too much. Leaning backwards though, let's see. You can get about that much, so that's pretty decent. That looks pretty good to me. All right, about on par with everyone else, so that's good. And for the leg articulation, or actually, let's do twist. Yes, he does have a little bit of twist, side to side. Just a little bit. How about leaning? We haven't done leaning in a bit. Let's see. He can lean ever so slightly to each side. Yeah, it gets a little bit of leaning in there as well, so that's pretty cool. And for the leg articulation, you can kick up that far, so basically perfect 90 degrees, just about, right? Front forward kick, kicking back. Obviously, it's gonna, you know, go only about that far, hard skeleton, but we expect that. All right, we have our thigh swivel, so you can rotate at the thigh underneath there. You got double jointed knees, just come all the way to the lower back, so that's pretty nice. Some pretty good flexibility there. And your boot cuffs are, of course, separate pieces, just like the arm gauntlets, like these can slide off as well. And going out to the side, now he's got to get a full splits. He's a ninja, so he's got to be extra flexible. All right, yeah, let's see it, Shane. Can we get it? Can we get it? Yep. So those ratchets allow him to go pretty much a full perfect splits, 180 degrees out to the side. So that looks very, very good. Like that. Perfectly in line with his arms right now. So that is dope. All right, so you just slowly click those ratchets down and booyah. All right, and foot articulation, since I missed that on the Dino Thunder review, that's my bad. But foot articulation, he's able to hinge down about that far. I think if I push it any further, it'll probably pop off the joint, but he can basically get to his tippy toes. Comes up about that far. into the boot. And you do have some rotation on that joint of the foot, side to side. You can kind of wiggle it so you get a little bit of ankle pivot in there as well. And yeah, so that's a solid batch of articulation. That's a full look at our play and display action for Mr. Shane. All right. So that is excellent, on par. All these Red Rangers, so far have been just absolutely exceptional with their articulation. And really just, all the SooSoo Rangers that we've looked at so far. I'm really, really loving how their articulation is, able to function. It blew me away, man. And honestly, I was surprised at just how well they were able to articulate. I didn't expect them to get so much range. But yeah, so that was a very nice, very neat surprise. And it makes me quite happy as a collector. So yeah, there we go. But now that that's out of the way, let's take a nice close-up look at the suit itself, because this is a beautiful suit and I do like it quite a lot. So let's see, we'll start with the helmet. We'll bring him in close so we can see the helmet design. And yeah, I absolutely love this helmet. It just looks really, really dope. You know what's funny? So like this always looked like a smiley face to me, right? And I think that was intentional, because I believe that even more now, because when I was watching the Sentai, I don't know if it's I think it's the outro song of Hurricaneger. It's like a little bit different from the main theme song. They have like an outro song, and like one of the lyrics that translates, from Japanese to English is something like, I think the lyric goes like, when you feel like giving up, turn that into a smile, or like turn that pain into a smile, something like that. And yeah, like when I saw that lyric, I was just like, yo, that's crazy, because when they were designing these suits, like, this clearly was meant to be like a happy face. And it's just like everything about the Sentai is about kind of like taking, protecting the earth, obviously, right? And then like the Wind Rangers, or like the Hurricanegers, they're trying to be courageous all the time and like take pain and turn it into like happiness, right? Like finding courage in battle and all that. So I thought that was like a really cool, like little subtle lyric, but I thought it was a good nod to the design of this helmet. And yeah, I like it, man. I always liked how these helmets looked, and like the little smiley face, I think, is just a nice touch for all of these ninja helmet designs. But yeah, a very nice red. Obviously, it is done in like the more matte or maybe satin finish. It does have like a slight shine to it, but it is, I would say it's not completely matte. Like, it's not as matte as like the Dino Thunder white and black, but it's definitely not glossy either. So maybe like a satin finish. It does have like a little bit of a shine to the red, which is nice. But yeah. And overall, like the shade of red doesn't differ too much from the suit itself, so it's not like too distracting, so that's nice. But yeah, I love like the overall sculpt, right? You got the hawk symbol up here, and they chose to kind of surround it with like a orangish paint, which I don't know, like, I don't know, like, what am I trying to say? Sometimes I feel like they do, depending on like what company makes the figure, sometimes they do tend to put like a kind of orangish or like bronze. It's like a bronze orangish color in these like recesses in his helmet. And I always just thought that was like the gold having like a little more shadow into it. But like you can see on this figure, they clearly put like a different shade of like paint in there to kind of highlight those recesses. So I guess that's show accurate. It's kind of hard for me to say for sure, but I guess that is kind of show accurate. So they did, kind of fill the recesses with a more like orangish color for the paint, but that does definitely help those like recesses stand out so that you see all the details. And the hawk is done very, very nice up here, and the black visor, of course. You got the white kind of trim underneath this part of the visor. Just a very slick and cool looking visor, I think, for the ninja design. And of course, you got the white fabric for the neck, a nice gold surrounding there for like the collar. And I really like the kind of gold tips of like, right here by the shoulders. I really like that. I think that's a nice touch to the suit. Definitely adds a little bit of extra aesthetic. It looks really, really nice. And then of course the kind of chainmail look for the arms. It's interesting because like in the show, this still looks like spandex, like almost like a like gray spandex, and then it just kind of has like that chainmail look. I feel like I don't know, ingrained or like etched into it, so it doesn't feel like true chainmail. But I notice when it comes to figures, they always tend to like make this like a thinner, like actual chainmail looking material. So, but I think it does translate pretty nicely in figure form. So it definitely does kind of you know, remind you of the show, which is nice. You got your nice hawk symbol right there, dead center in the chest, and it looks very, very nice. Really, I've always loved the hawk symbol of the Red Ranger. I just think it looks, I think I just have a thing for like birds, you know? I've always liked birds as a kid. So any superhero or like Power Ranger that has like bird-like powers or whatever, I think that's always like spoken to me. So yeah, I really like how that came out. And then you have your nice belt. Got some nice gold for the belt here. You got that red thing in the middle, red little rectangle. And the belt itself is done in a kind of like leathery material again, in that black. But it looks really, really nice. Coming down to the legs, you got some nice shiny red there. Got some more black down here for the start of the boots, as well as gold. And his boots have like a lot of wrinkles sculpted into them, and I was like kind of comparing them to other Rangers. I feel like his boots have like more wrinkles sculpted into them compared to the other Rangers. I was like, dang, why do his boots look so wrinkly? But you know, I don't really mind it. I mean, the sculpt came out really, really nice. And you can see it's in a bit of a lighter red compared to the suit. It's done in a matte finish. You got the nice black trim, of course, for your boots. You got black soles at the bottom there with a little tread sculpted in. So all that looks great. Coming around to the back of the suit, you got your seam line down the middle, of course. And this sheath is like kind of, it's like stitched into the suit. I don't think it's meant to come out at all, so I'm definitely not going to try to take it out. But yeah, like out of the box, he does come with this already attached to his back. But yeah, you can see like some very nice details even painted for the sheath with the gold and the black there, the silver at the tip. Very nice sculpt all around. So yeah, man, just a very, very nice, sleek, cool suit design. Like not too much to it, but again, very effective. And one thing that I'm just gonna mention this real quick. One thing that like kind of irks me is like when I see people take photos, because I noticed they did the seam line like just behind the belt right here, and the belt does sit kind of high up. So I get why people do this. Sometimes people will push the belt down, I guess, so that the legs won't look so long or whatever, or maybe it just makes it easier for posing. But like when I see that seam line in pictures, oh man, it just bothers me for some reason, man. I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like not in the front, like again, like in the back, like I said, it doesn't really bother me because like you don't really see it. But when it's in the front like that and it's just like on the torso, I don't like that. So I'll definitely have the belt like, you know, high up and hiding that seam line. So, but that's just me. But that's just something I wanted to mention real quick. So yeah, when you see me like take photography of this guy, you'll probably never see that seam line, you know, exposed if I can help it. But anyways, yeah, man, let's get into size comparisons, all right? Because we got a lot of guys to compare this guy to. So let's go ahead and get into it. Back it up. Let's get him back here. Let's get this out the way. All right. So yeah, we got plenty of SooSoo Rangers to compare this guy to now. So we'll start off with our reds. First up, we got Dino Thunder Red. Y'all remember this team up, man? This team up was so epic when Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm teamed up. Oh, man. And real quick, I'm just going to show his mini-me. Here is his SH Figure Arts figure, in case you're curious what that looks like with him. And I got to say, man, these these look so freaking cool. I love this. So you got your SHF with your Ninja Storm. That looks really, really dope. It's dope having the mini-me version of him now. And obviously some of the details that were missed on, you know, this guy because he was so small are present on this larger 6-scale version. So that is nice to see. Look at that, his belt's already falling down a bit. Let's push that up a bit. Gotta hide that seam line. I'm telling you guys, I'm kind of picky about that seam line in the front. But yeah, these look great together. And on this other side, we'll bring in Lost Galaxy Red. We got Leo here. All right, so let's back this up a bit, make sure I don't hit the freaking record button this time. But yeah, here he is with Lost Galaxy and Dino Thunder. So yeah, man, these guys look so freaking great together. Absolutely love how this looks. All these Red Rangers are fantastic, man. I can't wait to build Forever Red. We're slowly but surely getting there. I need SooSoo to release all the other ones like, you know, Time Force, In Space, the Alien Ranger, and Mighty Morphin. I really want to see the Mighty Morphin take from SooSoo because 3-0 and like Toys Battalion I think are the only ones that have really been doing them so far in 6 scale. But yeah, here we have them with Turbo and Wild Force, and they look fantastic together. Absolutely love how that looks stacked up.